Are you sure about that? I put the honey into a sous vide bath because it had crystallized, and as the vegs poofed up, I realized there was probably a colony of yeast getting established. Since wild yeast is unpredictable, I wasn't interested in making a mead with it. And as you can see, it's separated into two different parts. One part became crystallized while the other remained a liquid. Now, it's very common for raw, unprocessed honey to crystallize and separate into two different parts, and that's usually not a problem, as long as the moisture content stays below right around 20%. During the crystallization process, moisture is released from the crystallized portion and consequently absorbed by the liquid portion. So you end up with a good chunk of the honey with higher moisture content, which makes it vulnerable to the wild yeast waking up and starting to feed. You can see the liquid portion of this honey is at 18%, to demonstrate the fact that the crystallized portion has less moisture than the liquid. I heated the jar up, which eliminated the crystals, which allowed me to stir the honey up, ensuring that it's back to a homogeneous mixture. If it was any lower, that means we know the crystallized portion had less moisture. And sure enough, that is down to 16.5%. And that's why when I saw those bags poofing up, I knew a wild yeast colony was getting established, which could potentially ruin a batch of mead. So I went ahead and caramelized the honey. That way I knew all the wild yeast would be gone. But there's definitely a happy ending to this story because I added some raisins, cacao nibs, and the mead turned out phenomenal.